Okay, we are live. So this is literally just for us. I'm just recording it for anybody that misses this call. But welcome to the Networking Superstars Academy. It's absolutely incredibly exciting to have you here. I look forward to working with you over the next few months to help you build your business, ultimately, to help you create a group and a community of people that are interested in what you've got in your business, in any business that you would like to promote at any point, because this training isn't specific for any one company. You can use it in any company that you'd like to at any point. You can integrate multiple streams of income, multiple products and services, multiple opportunities with this. So it's about branding you. It's about building your community and your raving fan base of people that would like to build work with you in some capacity. So you're going to eventually become the teacher and the trainer for your people. And I was talking about this on one of the calls I did the other day. I call it yellow belt coaching. And what it means is right now, there's a lot of people that think, I don't know anything. How can I teach or train or help anybody else? I don't have any skills myself. And what I would say is, in martial arts, for example, there's the second belt is a yellow belt. And let's just say you just got started, just like you're getting started right now. So you go along to the first class and you don't know anything, and you start to learn a few moves, a few basic moves, just as you're going to go through the first few modules of the 6 steps, and you're going to start to understand the process. Gradually, you get better and better and better at it. And what happens is, after a few weeks, maybe a few months, you eventually, in karate, for example, you get promoted, you go through the grading, you become a yellow belt. And then what's going to happen is you're going to, in your group or in your community, you're going to have new people joining you all the time. And 90% of those people, 95% of those people are going to be brand new. They've never done anything like this before. They don't understand the process. So you're going to be able to teach those people, white belts, moves, essentially. Has anybody got their let me just check who it is. See, I think if you just mute your mic again, I'm just getting a little bit of echo, and Sandy as well. Yeah, cheers. Sometimes if the mic's not muted, it goes black. Let me see if I can do it. There we go. Mute audio. I apologize if I mute anybody, but it just keeps it clean at that point. So essentially you become a yellow belt, and all the new people that are coming into your group are basically white belts, and all they need to know, the white belts, the brand new people that are in your group, all they need to know are the basic moves in order to move to the next level. So your job as a teacher or a trainer or as a coach with your community is to educate and teach your community what you know. And you're going to know so much more than the people that you're going to be training and helping. But you only need to be one step ahead of them. So by going through this program every single week, you're going to be moving up the ranks, essentially, and then you can take the skills that you've learned and you can teach it back to the people that you've got in your group. And that's going to start the know, like, and trust. People are going to get to know, like, and trust you, and we're going to take people through a process to warm them up so you can sponsor them and enroll them into any business that you'd like to. So we will get started, and because this is going to be, I'll talk a little bit as well, but obviously I'll get most of the feedback from you guys about any questions that you've got or the direction that you're going. So we've got, I know it sounds like a small amount of time, roughly, 5, 6, 7 minutes each. But what's going to happen is you'll probably have some questions that I'll answer on here. If I'm not able to answer all the questions in the amount of time that we have, I'll make sure we answer the question. You make sure you message me. I'll either do a one-on-one call with you, or I will post in the group, or I'll create a video specifically for your question. But what you're going to find is some people won't have a question yet. But because you're going to hear questions from everybody else, and I'm going to answer those questions, you're probably going to find that your question's already been answered, because usually the questions are pretty much the same. All right, sound good? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me still. I just want to make sure who's on and who's not. Yeah, okay. So I'm hoping that Sandy can hear me as well, and Catherine and Eugenia. Okay, so let's get started. So I think Isabel is the no. Let me get that right. Bella Bella Lorenko was on first, and if I just speak to you first, Bella, if you'd like to. So I don't know if you want to just unmute your mic, and probably best if we just do literally a couple of minutes of a very quick introduction, about who you are and what you're looking to achieve, and then what wins have you had over the last week or so? What have you succeeded with? What have you done well? What have you done right? And again, just literally a minute or so. And then what are your goals and aims for the next 7 to 10 days? Just so I know where you're at, and we can keep track through the process. So yeah, Bella, if you can unmute yourself, I don't know if you wanted to go through.
Okay, my name is Isabel. I live in the Netherlands, close to Amsterdam. I originally come from Portugal, and I'm starting with my own business. And I'm doing the 6 Steps program, and I've been trying out for a while, but not really consistent. I've been doing now last few months really consistent. So I'm getting a lot of prospects on my Facebook. And I do have a few questions, and the most people, they are connecting me through my profile Facebook, which means they are really entrepreneurs, which means I have to invite them to connect them on my Facebook community for working. Is there another way to do it?
Yes. So let me
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'll just clarify the question for everybody else to make sure that everyone's understands as well. So basically, you're making friends with new people on Facebook on a regular basis. You've got people coming to you, and they're adding you as a friend, adding them as a friend, and then you want to know how to take those people and get them into your group.
Yes, and yeah. I do. The people come to me, and if they are not friends in the meaning of friendship just for cozy and for fun, but they are people they are already in network marketing, I do try to. I explain also to them. It's nice to have you with me, but I want to separate my business with the friends and family. So I invite them to come to my community. So I send an invitation to them, and they accept it, and then I give the welcome in my community. That's the way I'm doing now. Is there another way to do it?
I mean, if the way that you're using is working, and if you're getting people into your community, then stick with that process. Basically, what you're doing is using Facebook, your profile, to feed your group, and it's a great strategy to do. Another way that you could do it, rather than doing it personal message and actually manually inviting people, in the module that I've just created for you that you'll find in the back office or in the 6 steps, it's the create module. There is a video where I talk about the feeder teaser method, where essentially you tease people from your Facebook profile. So you'd post something on your Facebook profile that says something like, hey, I've just created a brand new article or a brand new report about, I've seen people do this, let's just say on Facebook, they'd say, hey, I've just created a brand new report about how to generate your first 20 leads on Facebook. If you'd like to know more and get access to this report, let me know in the comments below, and I'll send you a link to the Facebook group. So that's a great way to tease people and feed them into your group from your profile. And the way Facebook works generally is the more your conversations you're having with people, so the more active you are on Facebook. So having a message conversation with friends that maybe you've just connected with, they are going to start to see your content in their newsfeed. Just like many of you had probably never seen any of my posts before, but now as soon as you're communicating with me on Facebook, Facebook instantly thinks, oh, Isabel is interested in Gavin, what he does. So we're going to show you more of his posts. So now Facebook starts to show you my posts. So anybody that you've been interacting with on Facebook will see your feeder teaser post, And you'll find that you'll probably, and if we look at some of our ambassadors like Sarah or like Laura or like Robin, like Nicole, they often post little teaser messages on their profile to say, hey, I've just created a brand new article that talks about this exciting thing. If you'd like access to my group, leave me a comment and I'll send you a link to join. And that works very well. So that's another way of doing it. That's more of an attraction marketing method way. Now, it won't work all the time, depending on how much of a relationship and how much influence you've got over your friends on Facebook. Hopefully that helps.
Okay, thanks.
So what would you
Thank
say
you.
what would you say, just very, very quickly, what would you say your goals are for the next 7 to 10 days?
I want more leads on my group. Yeah, I want more leads. I'm warming up really quickly. I'm doing a lot with the mindset. That's what the people love. That's what the people they're looking for. Because mindset is also what you call an issue which everybody needs also to grow on the business. And I'm quite good on it, and I'm working on it, and that's why I'm getting people without doing anything, asking for an invitation and coming to and that's what I'm working. As you say, burn myself. I'm burning myself as much as I can, that the people trust me, and then I can do something with it. Okay. And this next step, I will need your help. The next step.
Okay, yeah, definitely. And if you let me know again, any questions, post in the group, contact me directly if necessary. And what I would recommend, the next 10 days will be creating content. So, you'll go through the module, you'll then go and create your content in your group and to feed your people. If you're not getting engagement, then obviously we can look at that and figure out how you can write better content. But everything should be explained in the training videos as well. And then any questions you've got, let me know. But great work. You're doing really good so far. And congratulations for the leads that you're getting already. Perfect. Good stuff. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Isabel. And Marianne, I think you were on next. So I don't know if you just wanted to unmute yourself just briefly, just introduce yourself to everybody so everybody knows who you are, and then, everyone can connect later. Again, what wins have you had this week, or what have you achieved? Just even the smallest little thing. And then what are your goals and aims for the next 7 to 10 days, if you have anything defined?
Just a quick introduction. Thanks, Kevin. Just a quick introduction. I'm from Norway. Have been following the 6 steps for quite some time, actually. Still implementing. It takes a bit of time to sort of learn and get the hang of whatever. I've never done online marketing before either, so it was kind of new to me. The wins I've had this week, I can't really brag too much about that. I'm picking myself back up. Over the holidays, I actually developed some kind of a stage fright.
Okay.
Really, really hard to get back on track, because I have been incredibly consistent and creating both the value posts and engagement posts and growing my Instagram account. So I was actually doing very, very well. And then Christmas came and I don't know what happened. So I'm picking myself back up, and that's if I can do that by end of tonight, I'm actually, that's a big win.
Good. And just to interject a little bit there, so did you say stage fright, as in like not posting in your group as much, or you haven't been able to get back into it essentially? Yeah. Okay. And that's it's a tricky thing, because it can it's a momentum thing, and often it's like pushing a steam train up a hill to get to the top, and then all of a sudden it comes all the way down on its own. But the first few steps, the first few days to get into the habit of it again, it can be a bit of a challenge. And what I would recommend is just go back in your mind to when you were getting some results and you were posting and you were getting engagement, and just think about what you did then, and just take it steady. One thing that I've suggested that everybody does this for the next 10 days is literally just create one post a day in your group. One post a day based on what you're learning now. So the next 10 days, you'll be learning about content creation. And if you go through the videos there, then take the knowledge that you learn and write about it in your group. And don't worry about all the other things, because you know a lot already, which is great. But pretend that you don't know any of the other stuff. Pretend you don't know the engagement. You don't know how to have a conversation with people. You don't know how to approve people. And literally just, because often, because you're looking at it from the whole now, it can possibly feel a little bit overwhelming. I don't know. I know for some people it can. But if you come right down to the basics and just go, okay, I'm just going to focus on creating content this week. 1 post a day, 1 post a day, 1 post a day in your group.
Yeah, thanks. I'll probably just, that's kind of what I wanted by joining the academy as well. Sort of just to go back and see is there something that I have been missing that I can do better that I haven't been doing because I've missed it somehow. So the thing is, even though I haven't really created any content or the only thing I've been doing is I've been keeping my Instagram going quite steady. So I'm still getting leads. So again, I guess I'm doing something right.
Well, yeah, definitely. That's a big win in itself. A huge win. So you're getting people to come into and they're joining your group as a result of it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, yeah, and anybody that you get. So if you do get batches of, any idea how many people, let's say, on a weekly basis are joining?
Today I welcomed 6 people.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's really good.
Today.
So yeah. So it's the content creation that's the biggest challenge at the moment, would you say?
Yeah. I guess that's what's the sort of that's my struggle at the moment. It hasn't been earlier, but it is now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good to notice it at least. So is there anything else that I can help you with now to move forward? Are you happy with your group and the name and the brand and the direction?
Yeah, I am. Of course, I want my group growing faster, but as long as I've been taking a step back, I can't really expand the group to expand any faster than I can sort of keep track as either. So yes. At the moment, I'm happy. I'll follow you, Gavin. Good.
Okay. Yeah. And take it easy on yourself as well, and don't put too much pressure on yourself, because you can accomplish a lot over 100 days. However, within a small 7-day or 10-day period, we can't accomplish as much as we think we can. So often we think that we can accomplish, it's 10 days away. Let me set these, crazy goals and all these goals of what I'm going to achieve in the next 10 days. And then often we don't achieve that, and we beat ourselves up because of it, because we've put too much pressure on ourselves. Whereas actually, if you just take it as a gradual process over the next 100 days, you'll achieve a heck of a lot in 100 days, but not as much as you think you will in the 10.
Great.
And again, if you've got any questions, if you need to come to me for any reason, obviously post in the group first, but if it's something that you don't want to post in the group, then message me directly as well. All right.
Thank you.
Good stuff. So I would recommend that your goals for the next 7 to 10 days are, go through the content creation module, mastering the content creation game, and just practice creating content again, and just go through it with fresh eyes, because repetition is the mother of skill, as Tony Robbins says, and now I say often.
Oh yes.
Perfect. All right, good stuff.
Thanks.
Thank you. Let's move on to Isabella. If you're there just on audio, because I know you were on next. So again, if you're able to talk, I think you can, but just introduce yourself briefly and let us know what little wins or successes you've had this week, and then or even over the last couple of days or since Christmas, and then what do you want to achieve over the next 7 to 10 days yourself?
Yeah, so first I want to say sorry in case the baby starts crying or anything like that, background noise. He's around here, so I couldn't move away. Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Isabella Hungry. I started network marketing about a year ago first company that I joined, I failed miserably because I had no idea how to do network marketing. Basically, I thought that it's just you sell a product and that's basically it. Then I found Laura Stevens is about network marketing. Started to read more and watch videos and stuff like that. And I came across the 6-step sponsor sequence. I purchased the six-step sponsor sequence, and I went through once. Started my unfortunately, I tumbled over a little bit of a rough period with the little one, with no sleep and everything, and could not concentrate a lot on it, so couldn't be consistent. So I'm talking. So yeah, everything slowed down. I wasn't able to post consistently, and yeah, everything slowed down. So basically my goal for the next 7 days or 10 days, it's try to warm up again these leads that I have in my group, try to get more engagement from them, and again to create content, so to attract them again to have that engagement. And I have a few more courses and I have books that I wanted to go through, so I'm trying to alternate training with content creation and warm up leads. So that's my goal.
Okay, perfect. Let me just interject there, and just before, if you've got any specific questions, just a couple of things that you've said that are actually very important that I'll just discuss briefly.
Yeah.
The first thing is, when you go through trainings, any training, look at it as an opportunity to take a few notes. If you read a book, read 5 pages or 10 pages of a book a day, and that will give you ideas, content to create. So as long as you're learning on a regular basis, educating yourself, make some notes, and then take the information that you learn and think about sharing it with other people in your own words or your own voice, in your group, and to feed people into your group. And gradually, what I've found is when I want to learn a topic, I tend to teach it back before I know it very well. And the reason for that is when you teach something, when you share what you learn it at a deeper level. So, that'll help you combine everything together. So rather, maybe don't, rather than thinking of it separately, I've got to learn and then I've got to create content, which, you probably weren't doing anyway. You weren't thinking about it separately, but see if you can think about it together. In order to create content, you've got to be educating yourself. And it just gives you those ideas to be able to post or write about in your group. And another great for everybody here as well, just based on this, is think about creating a theme for the week or a theme for the 10 days for your group. And this really helps your mind, because often it's like, well, I don't know what I'm going to post tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to post the next day. And then, you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh no, what am I going to post? I've got to create something for my group. And then other things kick in and end up not doing it. So if you create a theme, and the great thing is, because you're going through a 100-day program now, we've got a theme for every 10 days. So the theme for the next 10 days is creating content. So as you learn about creating content, you can go and teach all the little nuggets and things about creating content to your audience. Now, it doesn't matter if you haven't got, and I'm talking to everybody here, but it doesn't matter if you haven't got any people in your group yet. Just do the posts every day. A new post today, a new post today, a new post today, a new post today. And gradually you'll start, because you're practicing in private, essentially. When people do join your group, you're going to have some content there already. So yeah, in your theme, and what many of our, Laura and Sarah and Nicole and Robin and, many of our other ambassadors, again, what they've tended to do is they've tended to teach the 6 steps back to people in their own groups, but write it in their own words. And one thing that you could do again is write almost like one thing that you'll learn with me is how to launch your business and how to launch an idea and kind of get people excited for what's about to come. So you could say, hey, and if you've got nobody in your group, then you're talking to yourself, but at the same time, you're still practicing. So, hey, over the next 10 days, I'm going to be talking about, or I'm going to be sharing some information about how you can do whatever it is, how you can generate more leads in the next, 10 days for your business, how you can create content to attract people to you to join your business. So you're getting people excited about what's about to happen. So rather than tomorrow going straight in and going, blah, 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 it's so important to create content. Build up to it a little bit first. Say, hey, in a couple of days, I'm going to be launching this, or I'm going to be doing this, and get people excited for why they should pay attention. Because often you've probably noticed with me, when I launched the Academy, you may not have noticed, or you may have done, but about 10 days beforehand, I was writing content and posting updates about how important coaching was, how important the 6 steps was. I was telling the benefits of it, and many of you guys and many others were following along. And then when I launched it and when I said the doors are open, everybody joined, everybody submitted their application forms, because we built up to it gradually. If I'd have posted in my group today, hey, there's a new academy opening called Networking Superstars Academy, hey, come and join, nobody would join. Guarantee 100% they would not join. So you've got to build people up to it. So think about that in your content creation as well. I know that, again, some of this I'm talking about is a little bit more advanced, but at the same time, it's also good to hear it now, because you'll hear it again over time. You're kind of, what you said, Isabel, I definitely got some thoughts flowing in my mind as well. Just one other thing as well is, if you've got a group, and Isabella said the same thing, Isa is probably in the same situation, and the same with Bella, and probably Marianne as well. If you've got a group with people already in the group, it's very difficult to get your existing people to re-engage with you. In a way, and this is not a nice thing to say, but you've almost got to consider those people as dead. They're no longer there, because generally they've gone, they're doing something else, their focus is elsewhere. You've got to attract more people to you, basically. And not focus too much on the people. It's like in a network marketing business. If you want your team to grow fast, then you've got to go out and sponsor new people. You've got to go out and sponsor new people. You've got to go and sponsor new people. If you try and speak to all your team saying, hey, come on, you can do that, you can do it, why don't you come and promote, why aren't you doing anything? They're doing something else, they're not interested. So the best way to re-get engagement from the old people is to get new people coming in, because new people are likely to engage more. If have you got any specific questions at all?
Yeah, so those were very good points. Actually, I was wondering why nobody was commenting or anything. Like, I was getting a like or two, but very rarely for the last week or so. So yeah, I was thinking why that happened, but that's a good point that you actually made there. I was wondering if you can just have a look in my group, if I'll give you the link, just to give me a few ideas if I'm doing right or wrong, or if you have any advice on how to change or in what I do or anything like that. And yeah, what I actually struggle with is the teaser method. How to tease people, how to put up a post to attract them. The attraction marketing and teaser method. That's the two things that I'm actually struggling with.
Okay. I think the best thing, I'd be more than happy to take a look. If you want to post it in here now, I can share the screen and we can have a quick look in your group now. And in the module, and you'll have been through the feeder teaser method. I also talk about it in the 100 leads method, about how to tease people. It depends what you've done already, and often it comes down to what we call copywriting and writing in a persuasive manner. I mean, anybody can create a post and put it up on Facebook, but often nobody's going to get that person. They're not going to get the engagement or the the response that you wanted to. So it does come down to copywriting ultimately. And if you got a link to it, that would be good, and then I can just click on the link. In fact, I may have got access to it.
I'll try to do that. It's a bit hard because I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm not on the, on the
do you want to
computer,
post
so
it in
that's
the
why it's a
group?
bit harder.
Do you want to post it in the group later then, and I'll reply to the message?
Yeah.
I'll have a look and see
Definitely.
anything specific. So yeah, with
Definitely.
teasing people, and it's I say teasing. I mean, it is that, but it's also
But basically building up that curiosity. That's what
curiosity.
I struggle with, you know.
Yes, well, you've got to find something that people want. In order to know what they want, you've got to know who your target market is. So if there are other network marketers, for example, you know, or we know that network marketers are looking to generate more leads. They're looking to get more sales and signups. They're looking for help and support and guidance. And they're looking for tips on how to build their business. Usually using the internet. So if you can come up with, and you know, with something like MLSP, for example, they've often got free reports that you can give away to people, and you know, you can leverage that kind of thing. Or you could write or create a video that has got something specific in it that people want. So how I generate 5 leads a day using Facebook for free, or how to use video to generate leads for your network marketing business. So create something like that in your group as content. Actually create it in your group as value-based content first, and then go to your Facebook profile or wherever you want to create curiosity and say, hey, I've just created this this awesome video that is going to teach you how to generate, you know, leads for your network marketing business using video. I've literally just put this up, but if you'd like a copy of that video, leave me a quick comment below. It's something like that. And it's, again, it comes down to message to market match. And I've talked about this quite a lot to some people, but your message, the post and the content that you create, has got to be a match to your audience or your target market. So the people that are looking at your post, if it doesn't match what they want, you're not going to get any engagement, because people only want what's in it for them. You know, they're always thinking, well, you know, I've just seen this post. Well, what's it going to benefit me? That's all they're looking for. So you've got to make sure the content you create is direct to that. So I don't know if that helps as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Actually, it makes sense when you're saying in your course that you should go through the course a few times to actually understand it deeper.
Yes.
The first time when you go through, some things are left in your mind, because I usually write down.
Yeah.
You know, when I go through a course or something, I write down notes in a journal. But then again, if I go through it again, another light bulb comes up. Oh, I understand it better now, what he was talking about, you know. So it actually makes sense in going through the course more than once.
Yeah, and sometimes there's something inside of our mind that stops us from doing it. Certainly with me as well. I think, well, I've already seen that, you know. But actually, when you go through it again, it's like, wow, I didn't hear that the first time. You know, maybe my children were in the background and, you know, I wasn't able to focus properly, or maybe my mind was elsewhere. So yeah, so good stuff. What I recommend then for you to do is go through the first 10-day sprint. As of tomorrow, we're starting that. So the training is available in the back office now. And again, you'll have been through a lot of it already, but just look at it from a different perspective this time. And your goal, again, will be to create some content every day in your group and try and figure out a way to feed new people into your group, to get new people. Because when people are new, they're looking, they're seeking. And when they're seeking, they engage. The problem is with a lot of people is they were seeking 6 months ago when they joined your group, or 3 months ago. They're not seeking anymore. They're doing something else. Sound good? Perfect.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you very much.
All right, a pleasure. Good to speak to you. And again, any questions, let me know. Let me move on to Catherine, if you're there and if you can hear me. Again, you should be able to unmute. Yeah, you've got the unmute button.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Good stuff. So yeah, I don't know if you just want, you probably heard what we've been doing, but just introduce yourself. Let us know what successes you've had over the last week, and anything, any questions that you've got or anything that you need help with, let me know.
Okay. My name is Catherine Stott. I'm from the United States. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm really a nurse, a registered nurse due to some health issues. So I stumbled upon this network. Well, I didn't realize it was network marketing. It was marketing a benefits consultant package, and I'm very, very new to all of this. This is like a foreign language to me, and I'm also starting to feel like I'm like too basic to even be in this group. The only thing that I've probably accomplished over the past week is I did set up a Facebook group, but I have no idea how to get the leads into the Facebook group because I do a lot of telephonic leads, and I have lots of ads and stuff posted, but I don't know how to get those people that like those things into my Facebook group. So again, I guess I'm just stressing I'm pretty basic with the whole computer and all of that, so this is all very foreign to me. But it's interesting to hear other people's comments.
Yeah, definitely. Just to interject on what you've said so far, just because if I don't, I'll forget, and then it won't be part of the flow. A couple of things. Congratulations on stepping out your comfort zone, for doing something that maybe you're not so good at, because the only way to get good at something is to go through it and to commit to it, just like you've done. And I often think of, let's just say I wanted to speak Italian, for example. If I wanted to speak Italian, I wouldn't expect to go to Italy next week and see Isabella and have a fluent conversation with her in Italian. I'd have to go to the classes every week, and the first week I might pick up a few words. The second week I might pick up a few more words. After a couple of months I might have maybe got a couple of sentences, but I still couldn't have a fluent conversation. So 2, 3, 4, 5 months into it, I'd be pretty fluent. I'd understand it. And then, I'd be able to have this fluent conversation. And, the power of what you've got your hands on is incredible right now. You're in the right place at the right time, 100%. And the great thing is this group has actually, some of the people here have got some experience already. 80% of the people that are in and that means you've got a great advantage over a lot of people yourself, because you're surrounded by people that have got some knowledge already. And usually, if I'm the smartest or the wealthiest in the room, if I go to an event, then I'm in the wrong room. Always try and put yourself in a place where there's people much better than you or know much more, and you can probably add some value from what you've already picked up and learned from other things that you've done as well. The technology side of things, you'll pick it up quite quickly. I'm sure of it. And again, there's a lot of people to support you in the process. If you and literally,
the irony of it. The irony of it is, I was an ICU nurse for 20 years, and I had technology out of the wazoo doing that. But this is so totally different that
yes,
it's a whole different mindset almost.
Yeah, so, definitely.
Anyway, that's where I am. Kind of new, kind of.
It's good, and I feel that you're in the right place, and you're surrounded by the right people. You're going through the right training. And if you do feel frustrated at any point, one thing I mention quite often is I often look at frustration as that you're about to have a breakthrough. Reframe frustration and think that in order to, if you want, as somebody who, let's just say, for example, wanted to go to the gym to build some muscle and get stronger, you'd have to stress the muscle out for it to get stronger. And that's exactly, you're probably being bombarded and overwhelmed with information and content from what I'm giving you. And you will feel frustrated, and the same with everybody will at some point, but you have to be to grow. So my recommendation is to go through the trainings, to implement what you learn, look at the feeder teaser method that I talk about in this next coming trainings that you've got access to now, and start to look at how you can feed people into your group. Because really that's where the skill lies. That the whole process that I've got will teach you exactly what to do with people that are inside your group when you've got them there. So there's a message process, there's an exact step-by-step system that we have. That's all taken care of. Your job is to really feed people into that group from different places. And again, in the trainings, I'll explain more about that for you. Does that help? And do you have any specific questions at all?
I do have one question. I feel like that this is more towards people that want to coach people in internet marketing, and that's not really what I'm about. All I want to do is market the product I have and just make a little bit of money. So I mean, I'm not bent on going out and teaching other people how to do this because I don't feel competent to do it, number one. And number two, all I really want to do is learn how to market successfully on the internet. So is that, do you see what I'm saying? Do you
Yeah, completely. Just remind me of what your product is that you're looking to sell.
It's a Mariplan. It's a health benefits discount company.
Okay.
It markets dental plans, medical plans.
So if you look at the way that the internet's going generally, anybody who is anything or is trying to sell a product of any kind successfully, what they always do is they lead with value first. They lead with value based around the product or service that they're creating. So let's just say, and again, I'm going to go back to the martial arts example because that's something that I know about as well. But let's just say that I had a martial arts school down the road, which I don't, but let's just say I wanted to market that using the internet. I could either go out and post adverts saying, hey, the best martial arts school ever is here, come along and join. Hey, the best martial arts school ever is here, come along and join. And I could post that advert all over different places. And probably I'd get very, very, very little response. So the way to do it, the successful way to do it, is to create value-based posts around the topic. So I would then record videos of me, let's say, doing some blocks or teaching a skill based on martial arts. And anybody that sees those videos, they're going to get to know, like, and trust me very quickly. Or anybody that reads my articles that's value-based, I'm teaching, I'm sharing something of value based around the product or the service. And again, because I used to be a guitar teacher, I would record videos and write articles about different aspects of guitar, and people would find them around the web and they would come to me because they'd already got to know, like, and trust me through the content that I created. So if you can start to think, so you would be leading with your product and not the business side of things in your group. So the content that you create would be more about the product, not necessarily more about the benefits of the product and why. Because if you try to sell people something, you try to sell them something, they run away. You try to sell them something, they run away. What you want to do is offer them value, they'll be attracted to you. Offer them value, they're attracted to you. Offer them value, they're attracted to you. And all of a sudden, they want to buy what you've got. So then at that point, they buy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. Again. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
That's all right. Because yours is, because you're looking more at the product side of things, which is great. And we definitely need more people that are focused on product rather than just the network marketing business side. Obviously, I'm coming at it from that angle, but you can market the product exactly the same way. And if you got any specific,
that was my question. I wasn't sure you could. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
there is a coaching piece of it. I mean, you do enroll other people in it to sell it and that type thing, but that's not my focus.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, thanks.
Pleasure. And again, any questions that you have outside of this call, please, post them in the group and let me know. But hopefully that has given you the guidance to be able to, to have confidence in the process so you can go out and attract some people. So look at all the different products that your company has, and then, tell people why they need it without trying to sell it to them. Offer them value. Talk about the 10 reasons why this, that, and the other, and the different benefits, etc.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure. Good stuff. All right. We will go with Isa, and then we'll go with Dexy, if that's okay. So Isa, if you wanted to just introduce yourself and just let us know what kind of successes you've had over the last week or so, and if you've got any specific questions, and I might interject at any point.
Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Isabella, and I live in Italy. And I am from Poland, but I've lived in Italy for 10 years now. Okay, so I have to say that I've been following Gavin for quite some time now, and now because this is the academy, I thought that, okay, sorry, I have to switch languages a little
That's
bit.
all right.
Okay, talking Italian is something different than speaking English. So and I know that I can get value because the first time I met Gavin, it was let's say a big success for me, because from zero I went to generating leads and setting up a good Facebook ads, and that was really, really great. So I just want to say you are in the perfect place to
Well,
see some great results.
You've made some good money as well, haven't you, from your own coaching? You've signed up a lot of people based on strategies as well. So you've done some really good stuff.
Absolutely, and that's right. And so I used to teach stuff before even having the let's say success in my network marketing company. And then I stopped for a while because I said, okay, now I want to have some results. So the last year was like scaling up the ranks, and so I have achieved that. So now I want to go back, because now I have 700 people in my group. So I want to teach them how to use Facebook and internet in the right way, in a professional way. So I said, okay, the 6 steps, the sponsoring sequence was really great. I have to just go back and do this in a really regular manner. So I really, really like the idea of group coaching and the thing that Gavin is proposing. So thanks, Gavin. And so my big thing is, I went through the first prepare and practice step. So I have completed that. And I was thinking, my target market has changed completely. So I have to rebuild my avatar. So what I did is I just pull out the 4 pieces of paper, and I wrote down the whole new description of my new avatar, because 1.5 years ago I targeted mostly men, and now it's just women, and it's completely different age range, and it's just totally different. So I just wanted to say that this is also one of the basic things, obviously, because we have to have the message have to match, message has to target, and so I have this my group, which is like the community of 200 people, and it's just they are full. It is full of people who are not really my target market. So what I now see as my avatar, which is there are 2 people who are not really my avatar. So basically I have to rebuild it, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. You froze a few times, or it may have been me that froze. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But I got it, and I heard what you said. So basically, you've got a group that's got a lot of people in it. I think maybe you've got another group that's got less people in it, and you've changed your avatar. And just for you guys who don't know what an avatar is, it's like a customer avatar, which is basically your target market. So it's a description of the pains, the problems, the challenges, the struggles, the desires, the aspiration of who your target market is. And this will work for everybody. Catherine, you as well, and everybody else has a specific customer who your product or service fits perfectly, and those are the kind of people we need to attract into our group. So always look at what your company sells as to who needs what you've got, because you can't sell everything to everybody. If you tried to sell me a female deodorant or antiperspirant, I would never buy it. And different people buy different things dependent on what they're looking for. So yeah, I would say, again, your message has to match your market. So if your group name is different to what you want now, I would start from scratch and learn and use this as a brand new opportunity, maybe to get things up and running again with your base. Yeah, just modifying your message and your branding to suit who your target market is. It's exactly what you said yourself. Is that okay? Do you want to do that? Or do you not want to do that? Do you want to keep?
Yes, basically, I was. Sorry. Could you repeat, please? I haven't.
Yeah,
heard
sorry.
the question.
Are you happy to do that, or did you want to keep what you've already got?
Well, the names are. I think they're okay because they are really generic for network marketing. Because the community name is create leads, basically, how to create leads, and my fan page which is again really general, but now I am really more focused on targeting women than men. That is the shift.
Yes. Yeah, well, maybe go back through your group and just kick out all the men. Depends how many there are. Depends how many there are in there. What you may also want to do is change the name so it indicates that in the name of it. For women or for ladies or for female. Because there's a big movement around the female empowerment. So because you're naturally excluding people, that also naturally includes people. The best marketing tool that you can ever have is polarization, where you get rid of a certain audience or demographic to include somebody else. So that's actually very powerful to do.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, good. And if you want to create a new group with a new name, feel free to do so. If you want to just use the same and change the name, and you don't even need to kick out them, and if you don't want to, it might be a bit of extra work to do. So yeah. Sound good?
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And if you've got any other questions, obviously just let me know as we go through the group. Yeah, good stuff. All right, great. We'll go through the videos for this week again and just repeat the process, start creating the content. I'll move on to Dexy. And thank you for your patience, Dexy. I don't know if you're able to unmute yourself. Again, you should have a little bit of a button at the bottom left of your screen that should say mute or unmute. And if you can see that, because you're muted at the moment. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
How you doing?
So, well, my name is Dexy. Nice to meet you all. So, well, I got here, thank you, because of Marianne. So that was through Facebook. One day I was, as all people in your Facebook, and she has posted something interesting for me about how to create small leads in your social media. Her on Instagram.
You've frozen. Has Dexy frozen for anybody else or just me? Yeah. I may look at using a
For me too.
different platform. Hopefully she'll come back on in a second. Yes. That was... Yeah, this Zoom is used by a lot of people actually, and it's, as far as I'm aware, it's the next best thing to what Google Hangouts used to be, which is no longer available, which is why I chose this, because it also allows video. But I might look at GoToWebinar to use that, and maybe we just do audio. I'll figure that out, because ultimately I want to make sure that we don't get any hiccups, particularly we don't get many interruptions, and that we can all hear each other without there being any challenges. Now, obviously, the great thing is this group is a very diverse group, and there's people from loads of different countries that speak loads of different languages, which is great. Obviously, it means that sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge. I'm pretty good with understanding everybody because I speak to a lot of people generally anyway. But if there's hiccups in some of the calls, then we definitely want to make sure that you can hear each other well as well. Skype, click meeting. Let me just make a note of those. Skype. Yeah, Skype maybe. Skype still seems to have hiccups from time to time. Click meeting. Yeah, if anyone else has got any suggestions, let me know. Let's. Dexy says her laptop decided to restart exactly now. Let me just see if she'll be back on in a few minutes, and I'll hang around. So anybody else got any questions or any feedback whilst we just wait for Dexy to come back on? And if you do need to get off, because we're on the hour now, feel free to log off. But if you do have a question or any feedback.
How many Isabels are in this group?
3.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Which is great. And it's funny that because I was aware that there was 3 on the
That's a question.
and everybody joined the same group, which is quite funny. It's the European time zone, I think, as well, which works well, or it works in the afternoon of Europe.
Can I ask a quick question, Gavin?
Yes, of course.
But not really a question necessarily. It's actually more of a comment, because I've sort of been feeling that I've been lacking something as I've been working with this.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what Isabella from Ireland was saying, was actually asking you to do, to go in and review the group, sort of get the constructive feedback, tweaks that could be necessary to do or not to do or whatever. I mean, because as I said, me as well, I've never been in network marketing, not online. Network marketing, yes, not online. And, as several of the other participants here as well, you have to create, I'm from Norway, not really sure if I said that, but you have to create content also in a different language. And that could also be something that, even though I actually feel I'm doing all right there language-wise, but also maybe some construction or constructive, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Constructive feedback as to both the group and little tweaks that could be done, because
Yes,
I do
definitely.
results faster than I've gotten.
I'll post a place where everyone can put their links to their group, and maybe one of the calls will do a review of the group and the content that you're creating. One thing in this next 10 days is mastering the content creation game. So I would say go back through this again and go through one of the important ones is this one, training 7, copywriting 101. An example of how to write compelling magnetic content easily. And there's a number of little things that I break down. And this isn't something that anybody will get overnight. This will take a bit of time to develop. It took me, a while to figure it out. But it's being conscious that, there's something like 14 elements that I teach in this that are useful for you to start to create persuasive, compelling writing, or, even it's all. If you think about the web, there's so much information out there that people have you've got to somehow persuade and influence people to even read your content. Because, I mean, think about how much content you get access to. You know, you see videos in the updates, you see Facebook status updates, you see all this content, you get emails, you see blog posts, and you have to screen out what's not relevant to you. And even if something's relevant to you, you'll look at it. If the first part, if the headline doesn't catch your attention, you probably won't read the rest of it. If the first line of the post doesn't catch your attention, you probably won't read the next part of it, because we live in a micro society that we want information instantly. And if we can't get it instantly by something that we've read or watched a video for 10 seconds, it's like, oh, well, that's not interesting, it doesn't benefit me, I'm off to something else. So you've got to grab people's attention instantly and ease them in to this piece of content. So this training will show you some of the elements to do that, to get, and as I said, it's not something you'll get overnight, but it's something that gradually, with a little bit of practice, over and over again, you'll start to get some feedback, and you'll get more engagement on your content, which means that the more engagement you get, the more people that are getting to know, like, and trust you, and eventually will join you or buy your products or services. Does that help a little bit? And yeah, I'll post and ask for links to groups. Oh, Marianne, sorry, you're muted again by the looks of it.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't really, I don't expect anyone to go in every other week to sort of review the group. It's just that I'm quite sure that results can be achieved a lot sooner. And as to the one that sponsored me into the networking superstars, she's a really good friend of mine. So we actually never went through the process. And yes, I've been jobs and I've been learning a great deal, but I've never gone through the complete process, and it has been sort of taken and welcomed and all of that.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. So yeah, so if you post a link to your group, I'll have a look and just let me know that you'd like me to review certain thing. It's tricky because I can look at. It's almost like an intuitive thing as well, but you can't necessarily be intuitive about something unless you know the rules. So I think video 7 will help you just start to write more consciously. Obviously, you have to be quite conscious in the way that you write or create content anyway because of the language change. But start to write more consciously, and gradually, dot, 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 you'll see that I write an ellipsis, I think it's called, or an ellipse, that dot, 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 which leads you to the next line, and then dot, dot, dot. And you see that quite frequently. So use that a bit more, gets people to read to the next line and flows them down this. Capitalization's a good thing, speech marks, anything that gets people's interest. But again, I'll cover it in my video in the next module that you're going through. Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Isabel. And then I'll see.
I've got friends of people from Portugal, people from Holland. I speak Dutch, I speak English, and I speak Portuguese. But in Facebook, you can see also in the graphic which people have been looking at you, which country. And since everybody speaks English, and most of the people which they are following me, they are from America, so I just choose one language, which is English. I mean, everybody can, because as she said, if you're going to translate that, and then it gets, contents for English, contents for French, contents for it takes, it's getting a bit overwhelming, and it's too much.
Yeah, definitely.
So we just choose one language.
Yeah. I think with Marianne, focuses, as far as I'm aware, Marianne, you focus on the English language again. Most of your audience is, and just the one group as well, I think. Yeah, it's a good point. And it's the same for everybody, a lot of people here actually, because we're all from different countries. And ultimately you've got to go, if you speak reasonable English, one thing's for sure, you'll get better at it because the content you're creating is in that in that language. You'll get better at speaking that language and writing that language. But at the same time, if your target market is based in the country that you live in, then it probably makes, if the company, the products and that are all in the language, let's say all in Italian, then it has to make sense that you would write in that language. Good feedback. Okay, so Dexy, you're back. I don't know if you just want to unmute yourself again and there you go.
And apologize because my laptop decided
That's
to
all right.
reset again in the bad moment. So anyway, well, I was saying about thank you very much to Marianne because of her and in here. So she appeared in my life in my Facebook with a nice post or something. I saw, oh, that could be nice for me, to understand something. I don't remember which one. The thing was about, maybe 6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago, something like that. So I remember because at the minute when I met her online, Marianne, I was leaving I joined at the beginning someone in network marketing training, right? And I paid nothing, but it was £10. And he said, I'm going to help you, blah, blah, blah. So for me, it was, everything was lies. And explain Marianne about, I'll tell you what, I'm disappointed about get things like that online because I never did. I tried one, they leave me alone. I never know again about them. Only message and email. He said, okay, yeah, what I'm going to do with that? Do you know what I mean? So I say, okay, but I have no idea. So anyway, before to start to do network marketing, I have been working over 15 years in selling insurance, life insurance. I'm from Spain, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm living here in England 3 years. Now in January, my fiance is English. So this is the reason I'm here. So I have been doing insurance, so selling insurance, the last 5 years before move to England. Have been selling insurance online. I mean, I don't need to go anywhere. I do everything online. They have a platform, they have a website. I only need to contact the people to post stuff about insurance or article about insurance and try to get them in house, interested about our product because I was working more than 20 insurance company. So that was not difficult for me. To talk to people, to try to engage with me, this is not difficult for me. So anyway, 6 months ago, I decided to do my own business, to have my own business, and I joined Herbalife. So I'm doing Herbalife, the nutrition and company. I'm really happy with them. I mean, with the marketing plan they have about the possibility to meet people, to know people, to help people. I love the product and really love with that. But I have a big problem is I don't know people here around me. I only have lived with my fiance in 6 months in Grantham. So I moved recently 6 months in here. I don't know people around me. So I was thinking, I need to find a way I can, to try to make people, talk to people about what I'm doing. Because I know people in my company, I mean, in Herbalife, they have success doing only online. Definitely, we're going to meet people, we're going to join events. I know to do it out. But I know they have success through internet. So anyway, I have a group on Facebook, as a wellness group, right? And I started to do something in there. I say, I don't know to do it, and I leave it. So finally, I joined your training, and I start to get to do the step 6, how you call it, I remember. Create, capture, connect, comment, and communicate, and close.
Mm-hmm.
So I open a new group in Facebook. It's called Dexy Success on Network Marketing, something like that. Right. When I started with Marianne or with you, with your academy, taking everything for free, all advice, Marianne, Post and Robin, other girl, the name is Robin. I haven't started to do in my Instagram account, right? My Instagram account at the beginning had about 150 followers, right? And I started to do all the steps you posting in there. And now, today, I have almost 1,300 followers.
Very cool.
Right? So it's a lot. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Only
awesome.
in 7 weeks. Right? Yeah, 7 weeks. You know, doing it every single day. Well, someday I'm trying to do what you said, you know, focus on here, don't think about nothing, problem, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm doing well. My problem is not about how to create content. Sorry, my English is not the best.
Yeah.
My problem is not create content. I know to do it. I love to do it. I really like to post every day. And I'm trying to start people from nutrition. I mean, people looking for lose weight, athlete people, things like that. Now I'm focusing as well on.
You've gone quiet again for some reason. You went really loud a minute ago. Now you've gone really quiet. I don't know if you can just bash your computer a little bit and it might change the microphone. Because you might have touched the computer and it went up, and maybe just touched it and it went down.
Right now?
No, quiet still.
Right now?
Still quiet.
Right. I'm going to say again. So, I don't know. Let me see. Right now, let me put more close at that computer. So I was saying. Honest tips about nutrition, right? Because it's the company I'm working with. After joined you, and now open to people for network marketing or branding, new companies or something like that. So I focus on that two different styles of people. I mean, nutrition, people branding company, new something like that. Okay, Mike, you said with what I share this week, sorry, and I follow every single day, doing what I wrote that I'm going to do. I got my miracle morning, right?
Cool.
And I'm reading. Yes, I'm reading. I create other network marketing for the academy. So things important you are posting, I print, I put in there, and reading, and plus listen to the video. I have question. Yes, definitely I have question. My question, my more important question, I think, is I have now a lot of leads. Well, a lot, enough leads in Instagram, right? But I don't know what to do with them. I mean, I don't know if each one is follow me or send or like my post or send me a message or message. I don't know how invite them to go to my community on Facebook. You know,
I think that the best thing, certainly what Robin does, and I don't use Instagram enough to advise you on that, but what Robin does, and I think many of the others, is literally just put a link, put a description and a link in your bio in your Instagram account. So when people are coming to look at your images, they see your biography. And go and have a look at what Robin's created. What maybe, I'm not sure if Marianne's got the same, but anybody that you know that, and even post in the main Networking Superstars group, the main Networking Superstars group rather than the academy, and just ask, who uses Instagram to generate leads for the 6 steps. And there'll be definitely a few people that do, and they, as I said, they put their link in the bio to their group. And just give a reason why people should join the group.
Right. Yeah, I started to do that after, because it's like you said at the beginning, is we have lots of questions. You don't know, from where I'm going to start. So I have lots of questions. Definitely with your videos, I love all your videos and engage with it. And really, each day when I wake up, I'm excited, thinking I'm going to the training today again. and really
Awesome.
Really happy with this. I mean, about Facebook, for example. On Facebook, the new group I create, at the minute, I have a few people know me from my personal Facebook, say it like that. But I have known at the minute new people. My question, how I can find group? I listened one of your videos, I think it was last night. You said something about maybe we can go to group, for example, people like Eric Ward. Eric Ward, could be the name? Or, I don't know, people like Gene Roth, I don't know, something like that. And then we can make comments or something like that, and they comment and trying to send friend request, something like that. And you say maximum 10 per day, right? But I don't know if maybe there is other option to try to do people join my group.
Go through the 100 leads method, if you haven't already, and go down to the bottom of that page. It's in the Academy trainings. You'll find it as a bonus. Go to the bottom of that page, and there's 4 or 5 interviews that I did with other ambassadors about how they would get 100 leads in the next 30 days. And that program, mostly in the middle of the program, there's also, I think, 3 or 4 audios that I talk about how you can use different platforms to get new people into your group. And I give lots of different strategies and ideas. And Neil Copping, who is one of our Academy members, he messaged me yesterday to say that he'd posted in somebody else's Facebook group, he'd posted like a teaser message to say he's got this free book that he had an opportunity to give away, and did anybody want a copy of it? And I think he had something like 27 people say yes, and generated 27 new leads. And he said he had to take the post down because he had too many people joining his group. He couldn't actually go through the next part of the process. So, maybe speak to him as well. But if you go through some of the 100 leads method trainings, that will give you some ideas about feeding, because I tend to call it's traffic. Basically, it's driving traffic into your group, but we call it feeding your group. So feed it with people from other places.
Yeah, this is, I think it's a big, now it's like, now I'm in the point, okay, I open or I create my group, I'm creating content for my group, but how I found the people to join my group. So I'm in this step like, okay, now what I'm going to do. So yeah, you explain now, just explain already.
Yeah, so that will help you with that. If you go through those trainings as well, and that is the game. Is how do you find people? Where do you find them from? And that's it's funny because some people can get it instantly, just like Neil did something that worked. And some people will try lots of different things and it won't work. You might post on Instagram, you might post on Twitter, you might post on Facebook, and nobody joins your group. It's like, well, why is it not working for me? What am I doing differently? And it's figuring out. Unfortunately, that's the part that there's not one thing that works for everybody, because if there was, it wouldn't work. So you've got to figure out what works for you by using, some of the information that I teach in the trainings. And just experimenting, and by jumping in and trying a few different things, trying a few different methods, because now you've got a goal. Often what happens in marketing is that we're all trying to generate traffic, and we do all these things on Facebook and on Twitter, on Instagram, but there's no goal. There's no reason why we're doing it. Now you've got a goal to drive people to your Facebook group, so you can measure what success you're having. So before, you probably, you or other people, it's like, yes, I've got all these followers on Instagram. Yes, that's brilliant. That's amazing because you've succeeded at that. However, if there's no goal to come next, it's easy to equate all those followers with success. But actually, you could have 30,000 followers on Twitter, for example, but not be making any money, not be generating any leads. So you've got the first part of the puzzle down, which is getting some followers, but the next part is getting them to your group. And then the next part is getting them to interact and engage. And then the next part is getting them to, spend money with you. So, it's a step-by-step process. All right. It looks like you're freezing up again, I think. Yeah, you're frozen. If you've got any specific questions or if you need anything, Dexy, if you can still hear me, if you post in the group and just let me know, and I'll answer your questions maybe through video, or we can do a quick call if necessary as well. But we'll wrap up now because I think we're on about 20 past the hour. So thank you to everybody. I hope you've learned a heck of a lot. I'm sure you've learned more than you can take in. I'll put this up for replay later. I'll post it in our group if you did want to watch it again. But yeah, I mean, make sure you come along to these calls, go through the trainings and implement what you learn. And it's a new skill, so it's going to take a while for it all to sink in. But, you know, just trust in the process. All right. So I'll see you all soon. Thanks again. If you need anything in the meantime, give me a shout. All right. Bye.